Right, Wilson D300 iron, Mark Crossfield here, Dawlish Shore Golf Club. I'm going to play a par 5 where I take this club with the use of 2 balls and I match it up against my bladed club. Both have 6 written on the bottom, very different designs, they have different lofts. I'm going to play this par 5 and let's see if there's any advantage in sending it long ball. Let's get stuck in. So the Wilson D300, this would be classed as a game improver's iron, as in it's chunky. Big chunky bottom side, chunky on the top with a little bit of offset. See this kink back just in here. We also get what Wilson are calling power holes on the top, round the bottom and on the bottom. It's going to allow the face to flex, they're saying. It's going to make it friendlier across the face. It's going to make it in effect easier on miss hits is what they say. Well, I've got a bladed against chunky. We're downwind 500 yards. My blade's going to be True Viz, Wilson's going to be D300. Yeah, who's going to win? So down by the ball, this does actually look okay. It's a big head. I'm not sure the power slot's on top. I think they might turn a few people off. I'll hit that well, and that is going. And that feels like a 4 iron that goes in the air to me. But that feels relatively solid. I think visible tech is something that a company like Wilson maybe need to have in there to persuade you that they're doing stuff, because obviously maybe not the first brand that you're all going to for your golf clubs. Tested a lot of their stuff at the minute and it's as good as anything. Now the trouble with this experiment, that's a train, is that I can't actually reach the fairway, I don't think, with these 6 irons, so the next shot's going to be fun. So here's my 6 iron. Oh, I towed that. Straight, but it was right out the toe. So I hit the first one really good. That one was very toey. I don't think you're getting it on it, but it was about here. Let's see what the difference is. Before we look at more of the specs of this one, let's go and look at the dry ball data I captured just a minute ago with GC Quad. So numbers, Wilson D300, 177 yards 6 iron. So definitely my stronger side, 30 degrees or 30 yards peak height, topping outlook at 34 yards, which is definitely good height, launching at 15 degrees. This is a 6 iron, remember, so I want my 6 iron spinning 5.5, 5.7 near 6,000, and you can see it's the low spin 5,000, average some at 4,500. That gives me my 180 yard distance shot. And as always, like I say, there's your compromise. You lower the spin, you're going to gain some distance with the way I hit the ball. There's going to be questions on it stopping, there's going to be questions on knuckleballs, those kind of ideas. They're very good numbers, exactly what I would expect from this kind of game improvement iron. Right, here is power balls. So next thing we're getting on the D300, you could see there from my dry number, it's strong, isn't it? I mean, it's a 26 degree loft on the face of this club, this 6 iron, so that is very strong. You've got to remember, Mizuno there is going to be something like a 30 or 29, I think, on a 6 iron without me looking it up. Next thing they're saying, we're getting this FLX face, flex face, so maximising contact of the ball and face for trying to get you more distance is what they're saying with the way this face is flexing. We're going to play this one first. You can see if I spin you around here, back by my bag is my towed 6 iron. So yeah, 20 yards, I would argue 10 of those yards are, at least 10 were on strike on the other club, but it's about who's going to score the least at the end of the day. Another 6 iron, again, hit that good, it's up the middle, downwind and get a good bounce. That's chasing somewhere. That's fine, better walk back and try the old bladed fella. So here is straighter, but certainly shorter. So I think I'll hit a 6 iron for this shot. Again, hit that fine. This is starting from a good 20 yards back. How much further is it going to be back now? That's 2 equal strikes. So you can see the very big difference in the thickness. And also, this one looks like a much bigger face. But that's always an interesting statement, because if I put these 2 on, I mean, it is a bigger face. But really? That much? Right, so here is my bladed 6 iron. And I now am going to have to funk the funk. 110 yards. Over here, and I hit these as good as each other, I will give myself a better lie down, a little bit of a scrape. $106 yards. There you go, interesting, isn't it? Let's start funking. Alright, 110 yards downwind, running fairway, 6 iron, definitely not the play. The left, gotta roll off the back that. Is it gonna stop downwind? No. Chipping needed. Also, the Wilson has weight ports, so they've got weight off the face, heel and toe, these two kind of chunks down here. Again, that's going to try and help with twists, MOI, keep ball speeds up, those kind of ideas. Right, 104 yards, Funk Town. Hard to stop this, as the other one has just proven. That could be good. Bit left. Oh, just short right. Wilson has the upper hand. So just short, little chip with the D300, which I'll come to in a second. Let's try my more pin high one. So this one better for distance, that one better for accuracy. They were just funny little chips though. Wilson's got it. Wilson! So what's interesting? Obviously these are fun little shots as we get near the green, but the serious point behind these is I often find when it comes to hitting intricate shots, so knockdowns, chip and runs, the powerful club with the lower loft, so you're taking launch away now because you're removing speed from swings. Even though I've hit a better chip with the Wilson, I think the situation was a little easier downwind. I just had to get it moving. I feel like hitting those softer shots is harder to do with this, obviously, over something like this. So again, there's your balance, your trade-off. So your game improvement, it's going to give you launch, it's going to give you height, might give you good distance like you saw in my numbers. Does feel good, gives you confidence down by the ball. But there's a lot of other shots you have to play as well. So I'm not saying don't get this club, because I think it's a good club for the price and what have you that people would spend for a friendly club. But be aware that when you get close to the green, you might need to use plenty of loft, because there's loft that comes off these. You might need to be careful how fast the ball is coming off the face. You've got to be able to game your clubs everywhere on the course. Right, this has to go in, I feel, otherwise I'm not sure how to do it. I like wedge putts better. I'm going to try and fin it, I think, actually, like I do my wedge putt. Oh! I thought that was going in. That is a 6. So again, this is where the lower loft might help me. Oh, that's a pretty good 5 there. 1 up to the Wilson. I think this is a good iron for people who want as much kind of physical looking help as they can get in an iron. It certainly packs punches everywhere. What difference that'll make to your score, we can see on the par 5 it came down to very small differences. It's a decent flight, it's a little high, but I would take it. I just think in this kind of model of iron, and every manufacturer makes it, the numbers and the feel, sounds, build quality is kind of as good as anything of the other brands are doing that's out there. It's just a good chunky monkey. I mean, it just feels good. Definitely one you should think about trying.
Ryan Little.
Wilson!